In this demonstration of BAP-MI, you'll meet Rodney, a 60-year-old man who recently got diagnosed with diabetes. His doctor referred him to a resident health coach to discuss possible lifestyle changes. Rodney has a family history of diabetes and understands the risks. But he's attending the session reluctantly after a frustrating experience during his recent medical visit. After Rodney explains the reasons for his visit, the coach begins to explore his readiness to work on his health. So Rodney, taking into consideration everything that we talked about so far, everything you told me, I'm wondering is there anything you would like to do for your health maybe in the next week or two?
Like maybe you sort of yes and no. I mean, I guess I'd like to do something, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure about my doctor. It's kind of a weird situation because I don't like the way he treated me. It just felt weird, and I don't know. As a black person, I always go to race, but it was just I didn't feel like he was totally seeing me.
You had an unpleasant experience in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
The way how he communicated with you in regards to the condition that you have now, that was quite unpleasant, sort of say.
Yeah. I do have diabetes, and it's just a matter of figuring out what to do about it. But and I guess in my mind I know that, but there's something about the doctor that it's like he's pushing me, or I don't know. It just feels weird.
It's kind of it seems that he has his own agenda. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah,
and he doesn't pay too much attention about what you want.
Yeah, it's like he has a checklist. And he goes on a checklist. Okay, you're diabetic. Do this. You're diabetic. Take this pill. You're diabetic.
So it kind of the approach that he had didn't want to listen to you what you have to say, and that kind of put you off in the terms of the other things that he proposed.
Yeah, once if you don't have total trust and faith in the person who's taking care of your health, it's not a good situation, and that's kind of where I am. But and on the other hand, I know I need to do something.
Yeah. It's kind of off-putting that someone doesn't pay attention to you in a way that is adequate, especially when you are receiving the unpleasant news that you have received the last week. But at the same time, you're kind of aware that something has to be done here.
Yeah. I've had, what do you call it, pre-diabetes for years, literally a decade. And it's only recently that it sort of spiked. And that's, I know that's why, he's more concerned now. It's just something about the manner.
Yeah.
Can't really put a finger on it.
I'm sorry about the experience that you have with him, and I'm wondering now from your perspective, what are your thoughts about the condition that you're diagnosed now? What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a good question. As I said, I've been aware that I was close to the line in terms of my blood sugar measurements for years. And I knew from my own research that the older you get, the more likely you are to have symptoms, and the less your sugar your body can process. And so I feel like I need to do something, and yet I need to do something. I just don't know exactly what and how much whatever I need to do will affect my lifestyle. He said, well, you can't eat any more sugar the rest of your life. That would be okay.
Yeah.
So I would really like to be healthier. And I know that managing the diabetes is probably my number one priority right now.
Yeah. So it is quite important for you. You mentioned it is the number one priority, something that that you have to do in order to live a healthier life.
Yep. Well said.
What would let's say, Rodney, if you do manage to control your diabetes properly, what kind of benefits you might see unfolding in your life at the moment?
Well, just in my general health, the other part of it is that, you know, diabetes runs in my family, which is not uncommon for Black people. And, my father passed away from diabetes, and and it was horrific. He started out having a toe amputated, then he had his ankle amputated, then he had amputation below the knee, then an amputation above the knee. And, that's, I don't know, I feel like I'd rather be dead almost. To have people, parts of my legs cut off, and he still died.
You don't want things to come to that point.
Yeah. I don't want, and so far they're not. But like I said, I'm just sort of over the line now, so
it's time
not
to do
go
something
down on its own. Let me put it that way. It's not going to go down on its own.
You know that you are one who has to do something in order to make these things better.
Yeah.
And you're ready to do it.
Yeah, I am. I am. Like I said, the example of my father and his process was sobering and frightening.
Yeah.
And
that experience actually woke you up, and you don't want to go through the same thing that your father went through.
Right.
So Rodney, I'm wondering now. I see that this change is quite important for you. It's quite important for you to manage your blood sugar, to put this thing under control. So I'm wondering if there is perhaps anything that you would like to do in regards to your health in the next week or two.
Yeah, like I said, I've been maintaining on diet and exercise. Those are the two basic non-medical things you can do. And if I had to choose one, I would choose the exercise. Because I love my food, and I know there will be some restrictions, but in terms of first steps, I think I'd like to try the exercise and see what happens. If that doesn't do it, then yeah.
So the exercise, you think it's something that can regulate your blood sugar? You can get, this is something that you can do, and something that can actually improve your blood sugar levels.
Yeah.
So Rodney, would you like to make a specific plan about that?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it on my own, but I would really love to have your help.
Great, Rodney. We can put our minds together now and see. Is that something that you would like to do now with me?
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect. So Rodney, what exactly do you plan to do when it comes to exercise? What type of exercise would you like to do?
Well, given where I live in the Northeast, it's difficult to exercise in the winter outside. In the spring and summer, short as it is in New England, I can walk. But what I'm planning on doing, I did think about this a little bit, is buying an exercise bicycle. Not one of the fancy one with the screen, but just a regular exercise bicycle, and trying to find the discipline to use it on a daily basis. And
Okay, Rodney, that's a great idea. And how many times per week would you like to do that?
Well, the answer to how long would I like to, and how long I, knowing myself, will actually do it. Probably
what's doable for you?
Every other day, what I could easily do. Every other day.
For how long?
I don't know. I guess I'd start too exhausted and then see how, because right now I have no frame of reference. I don't know if I can go. I don't know if I can go 20 minutes.
It's like to start and see where you get.
Yeah. I don't know my fitness level.
Okay, that's fair enough. You need to establish the starting point first. Yeah. And what time of the day do you think you have the you will be most available and more ready to do it?
Well, knowing myself, if I don't do it first thing in the morning, it won't get done.
That's well put.
That's just me. I know that.
Yes. You know yourself.
Yeah, I get out of bed, I get on a bike,
And do it
do my
immediately.
whatever. Yeah.
Or
yeah.
it's not going to be done.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Because once
Rodney,
I get
great.
going in my day, you know.
Exactly. Something always comes in the way
Yeah.
as the day
And plus,
progresses.
you have to take a shower afterwards. So if I'm doing anything in the daytime.
Exactly. Some practicalities there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Rodney, would you be willing to now repeat to me the exact details of the plan, whatever you said now, just to repeat back to me, just to see if we are on the same page here?
Okay. Yeah. Well, to be specific, my plan is to purchase an exercise bicycle. My plan is to use it at least every other day in the mornings when I get up first thing. My plan is to initially just find out what my fitness level is. And once I do that, I can determine, you know, a routine in terms of how intense, you know, and how long, you know, to find the right settings on the machine that produce the maximum benefit.
That sounds like a great plan, Rodney.
Yeah.
And in the terms of the confidence, how confident you feel that you would be able to execute that plan on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is not confident at all, and 10 is the most confident you can be?
Yeah. It would be pretty high. It would probably would be around an 8, between 7.5, 8.5, 8.
Yeah, 8 is pretty high, Rodney. It seems that this change is really, really important for you, and you're quite confident in your ability to actually do it.
Yeah, you know, I figure if I can't like do 30 minutes, you know, in the morning, what is it, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, then and you
better not to do anything.
Yeah, and I used to be in much better shape. I just, as I got older, I just stopped, you know, doing what I did because I couldn't.
And you're ready to get back to where you were.
Well, I'll never get back to where I was, but I'm willing to. I'm wanting to improve where I am. Let me put it that way.
Exactly.
I'm wanting to improve where I am.
You're ready to take control over your health.
Oh, that scared me when you said it that way.
Okay, Rodney, that sounds great. That sounds great. The plan is quite doable, and I am confident that you will be able to do it. I think that you seem like a person that when you decide to do something, then nothing can come into your way when you really put your mind into something.
Yeah, and this is, you know, I'm aware of the importance of this. This is not, you know, reading a book every day or meditating it. This is, you know, life and death, like I said, because I've been exposed to it. I've seen it step by step.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's great, Rodney. That's great. And would you like us to schedule a follow-up appointment, let's say in 2 weeks from now, just to see how you're going, just to check how you're going with your plan? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that would be great because, you know, I think I do need some accountability. And I can use, and I'm the kind of person, because I don't want to disappoint people. I can say, well, I did my bike today. I did what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But yeah.
Exactly.
I'm ready.
So some accountability would be good to put in place, and that's great news. I'm gonna send you an email after we finish the session, and then we can book our next session in 2 weeks time, and we can check how you're going with your plan.
That would be great. That would be great.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, Rodney. All the best.
Okay. Take care.
Take care.